fun. Now it is time for us to turn this over to Jeni, who's going to make a fun cake. Jeni, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So we're going to do things a little different. So you can put in the chat if you want what I could have used instead. But I'm going kind of retro tonight. So I'm just going to use a bowl and a whisk and a spatula because I don't have to make the whole cake mix. Now, here's the important thing. We are going to make this cake in the grill. And we can do that for birthday month, but everybody likes cake anytime. So you can make a birthday cake at a party anytime, or an anniversary cake, or just a party cake. So if you don't have a grill yet, one, they're on sale right now. And two, if you're having your own party and you get to $1,000 and you have $400 in host credits, there is no better grill than a free grill. So if you don't have one yet, make sure that you are working to get your own because you need the ring, you need the grill. I've had so much fun with this thing all day. I can't even begin to tell you. But what I'm going to show you real quick, this is so simple. You take a box cake mix and you use some oil. This is simpler if you do the whole cake mix at once. I did it in thirds so that I could have 2 of them ready for you tonight. So I had to figure out, the biggest challenge today was figuring out what a third of a half a cup was, which is why we have things like Google because I couldn't figure it out, but she knew. So this comes in our tiny treasure sometimes. It is an egg separator. You want to talk about retro? This is a retro egg separator, you guys. So the other thing that we have that is also an egg separator is the all-in-one make that is on sale right now. But like I said, we're going retro. So this is an egg separator. And what that does is it separates the egg white from the egg yolk. Now, that's not important a lot of times unless you're making a white cake. And I remember my grandmother, she used to get like very, very adamant about only the egg whites in a white cake. If you put the yellow in a white cake, it becomes a yellow cake. Doesn't ruin the cake, it just isn't white anymore. So, all right, so we have our egg white, see, and there's the egg yolk right in there. We're gonna put the egg white in here, and we're only doing a third of the cake mix, which is what's left in here, which is just about a cup. So we're gonna pour that in there. And even if you're using, if we use the supersonic or you use the whip and mix, you put the liquid in first. Actually, that's a good idea no matter when you're doing it. So if you're just using a box and you're just using, even a mixer or your whisk, whatever, put the wet ingredients in the bowl first. It just works better. Now, see, you got your thumb hole here. So if you're demoing this, especially if you're doing it online or if you're doing it at a party, you can hold it like this and you can hold this bowl so that they can see how easy it is to whip up. And this whisk is in our line, guys. It's part of the set that occasionally you can grab it by itself if you watch the back office. So, that's on you. You got to watch that stuff. Now, all right, so we've got that all mixed up. And I'm telling you, this is just so simple. You've got the ring in the grill. You're going to take this, set it over here. We're going to take our spatula. Other good thing, all right, we're going to take the spatula and we're just going to put this in here. Now, this afternoon, I made a blue one and I made a pink one. So you can get, and I'm this person, I am not scraping that all out. You could scrape that all out, but as a mom of 5 kids, somebody has to get the lick the bowl. I might be the only one here that's going to do that, but it's kind of like in my DNA. I have to leave a little bit in there, but it would all scrape out. So we're going to take some of this. We're going to take, and food coloring, the bottles have changed over the years. How many comes in a pack has changed over the years. I'm going to tell you what has not changed over the years. If you get this on yourself, it's going to dye your fingers. So remember that if you're doing this at a mom and me party, or you have somebody little helping you out, make sure that they have maybe some gloves or that mom doesn't care. It's a great time for aprons because it will get on your clothes. Oh, this is a pretty color. So we are just going to stir this up in here to make our cake this pretty green, okay? And you can do any colors you want. You get that funfetti frosting, stuff like that. And you just make the cake pretty, guys. Oh, look, and there's cake batter on the spatula. So I'm gonna have to put that in there too. Now, you use the grill cover and you put it in the casserole position, right on top of there, and you put this in the microwave for 7 minutes and this is very important, write this on your hand, if you're at a party, on your wrist, somewhere, 70% power. That's very important because if you put it in there for 7 minutes at 100% power, you're going to have a burnt birthday cake, which is not near as much fun as one that is not burnt. So I'm going to put this in here real quick, and then I'm going to show you what else we had today. And you can talk about changing the power on microwaves to people. A lot of people have had microwaves for years and they do not realize they can do that, okay? They're like, my microwave doesn't change power. Yeah, it does. It really, really does. So I'm going to show you the 2 layers that I made earlier today. That's in our cake taker. Oh yes, the cake taker that they can get for $10 if they have a $350 party and 2 dates. This is it. So we have that. And see how cute that is? They come out, whoops, they come out so cute. They come out just, I mean, flat on the bottom so you can stack them really easy. I just use canned frosting. I'm gonna be really honest with you. If Pam was here and she had made the buttercream frosting, that would have been way better, but she is not and I do not. So we're just gonna put the frosting on here and you have to let these cool. So I'm not gonna put that other one on right away. And that's fine too, because it's just like a separate little cake all by itself. So if you have this 2-layer cake, which is gonna be really pretty, and then you have the other layer all by itself, you kind of have an extra snack, just in case people show up after you've cut this one and it's almost gone, you can go, oh no, wait, that's okay, I have another one. And they can just feel like they're very special and they have their own. Or, you know, those first birthdays, you can do the 2-layer cake for everybody else with 1 cake mix, and you can do your smash cake with the other, with the third one. The other thing is, if you use more than 1 box, okay, you can stack this up. I canvas made 5 and 6-layer cakes, but the recipe is on, it's on Champion, in the MicroPro Grill with Champion, the Tupperware Champion. It's on our website for Champion. And if you look, it's also on the Tupperware back office website. So we got all of this, and let me tell you why I sell Tupperware, because I would not have made a dime as a cake decorator, but that's okay, because remember birthday, I was watching a thing on birthday parties today, and they have changed a lot since my kids were little. Now my kids are they're anywhere from 33 to 43. And when they had a birthday party, we had 10, 15 kids at the house. Everybody played outside. If it was winter, they played inside. We ate cake. They got a little party bag and they went home. My daughter just took her niece to a birthday party at a trampoline park and they did all this other stuff. So this is me being glad that I was doing birthday parties 30 years ago instead of now, because that's just, I'm not that person, okay? And then we have sprinkles, because you can't have a birthday cake without them being pretty. Uh-oh, I have to find something to use with the sprinkles. I bet I can find a spoon. Hang on just a second. Jesus, this is fun. You could also put your sprinkles in a spice shaker, and that's fun because then you can just sprinkle them all over the place. But there, so we're just gonna make it pretty, right? And you can add candles if you want to, or not if you don't want to. So while that's cooking, and there's still somebody else, I'm going to show you one more thing, and then we'll come back and I'll show you how easy that is to take out after we do a couple more things. But I do want to show you this afternoon. I also, because I figured I'm doing this, why not? There is a recipe for a giant chocolate chip cookie. Now, I made a giant peanut butter chip cookie because I didn't want to put chocolate in this because I wanted everybody in the house to be able to eat it. This is so good. And this was 3.5 to 4 minutes. It'll depend on your microwave. Again, at 80% power, because you don't want to burn cooking. But it came out so perfect and so pretty. And you know, if you go to the store and you buy those big chocolate chip cookies, they cost a lot. This only had 5 ingredients in it. And if you guys know me, okay, I don't bake from scratch. That is not a thing, okay? I am the person that when we wanted chocolate cookies at home, I went and bought the roll and cut it, right? I made this from scratch. It was brown sugar, flour, vanilla, eggs, butter, and sugar. A little bit. I don't even know if it was brown sugar. That was it. Mixed it all up, put it just like that with some chips in the ring in the grill, 4.5 minutes, and it came out perfect. So we'll go do whatever else everybody else has, and then come back and I will show you how easy it is to get this cake out of the ring whenever it gets done.